What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to build the absolute best stretch 4 in the game. This build is obviously an amazing shooting build, but it also gets a lot of playmaking badges and can defend really well. The finishing on this build isn't the best, but it does still have some respectable finishing attributes as well. But without further ado, let's get right into the build here. Alright, so on the first screen right here, nothing really matters. The name doesn't matter, obviously. The position you want to have as a power forward, obviously. Stretch 4, that's a power forward. Hand doesn't matter, jersey number doesn't matter, you can take whatever you want, then go ahead and click continue. Now for the pie chart right here, obviously for a stretch you want to go down to the pure green one right here. You can see your 3-pointer gets up to an 85, your defense is looking okay, that's going to get better, and same thing with your playmaking. Your finishing isn't looking the best, but again this is an outside build so you don't need to have the best finishing stats, but this build will be okay at finishing inside. So I'm going to go ahead and take that pie chart right there, pure green. Now for this pie chart, there's really a little bit of personal preference, but the one I really recommend is the balanced one, and the reason is you really don't want to lose any of these other things. If you pick this one, this is probably the worst one because you get no strength. That's such a low vertical, you really don't want that for blocking shots, contesting shots, getting rebounds. You know, speed obviously you don't want to lose, and again this is strength and vertical that you're losing, so you don't want that. I really recommend the balanced one, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one right there. Now onto the potential. For this it's really simple, you just want to max out close shot and driving layup, then you want to go down to shooting. Go mid-range to max, 3-pointer to max, post fade to max, -2, so you get those 26 shooting badges. If you put in any lower, you go down to 25, so you don't want to do that. Just at 93 right there for the post fade. Then down to playmaking, max out pass accuracy, ball handle, leave post moves for now, you're going to come back to it. But first you want to max out everything on defense. Just max out everything so you can get those 10 defense badges. That's the max that you'll be able to get right there. If you lower anything even by 1, you go down to 9. You don't want that. You want those 10 defense badges. That's going to be the perfect amount. I'll show you how to put on the badges at the end of the video, but 10 is going to be the perfect amount. Now you can go back up to playmaking and just put the rest into post moves right here. You can see you get 8 playmaking badges. If you drop it even by 1, you go down to 7. So this is very optimal for the badge layout, but another way you could do this, if you want more playmaking badges, you could get a ton more. Just drop the close shot a bit, put that all into post moves, and you can see you go up to 14 playmaking badges, so you get an extra 6 and you only lose a little bit on the close shot. But the reason I don't think that that's worth it is because 8 is already kind of overkill for playmaking badges for this build, so I think 8 is good enough and you could just max out the close shot there. But if you want more playmaking badges, that's up to you. You could even do it a little bit, so you drop a few here, and maybe you want 9 playmaking badges. All you have to do is put that up 1, 2 more and you get 10, and then you could have your close shot at 80. That's still really good. It's really just dependent on how many playmaking badges you think you're going to need for this build, but I'll just do it like this with 10. You could do it from anywhere from 8 to 14, depending on how your playstyle bounces between if you want the close shot or the playmaking badges. But I'll go ahead and confirm it like this. Now onto the body shape right here. Obviously this doesn't matter. I'll just take defined, I guess. Now for the height, you want to go up 1 to 6'10". You can see your speed goes down a little bit. Also your playmaking and your shooting goes down. Don't worry about any of that. You're going to want the extra inch of height to guard bigger centers. There's going to be a lot of interior centers this year, so you're going to need that extra inch of height to be able to guard these guys. You go ahead and confirm that right there at 6'10". Now for the weight right here, you want to go all the way up to 274 pounds right here. You could see if you drop it down to 273, you lose that strength. Bring it up, you lose that acceleration and driving layup. So 274 is the sweet spot right here. 70 strength, you can see your interior defense goes up quite a bit. Your perimeter defense stats go down, but don't worry about that. Your speed and acceleration go down a little bit, but don't worry about that either. You're still going to be faster than most other big men unless they have playmaking in their build, which most big men don't. So you should be good like this. Just go ahead and confirm it right there at 274. Now for the wingspan, I really recommend leaving this at base. There's not much of a point of putting it up and losing the shooting. You can if you want. You'll still be able to green consistently with an 83 pointer, and your defense stats you can see go up a lot. So if you don't want it at base, I would put it up. I definitely wouldn't put it down though. It's not worth losing those defense at all, not for the little bit of shooting that you gain. I would recommend either leaving it at base or putting it up to max, but I'm going to leave it at base for this build and go ahead and confirm that. Now for the takeover, you can obviously take whichever one fits your playstyle best. I don't know if I would really recommend the post scorer or the rim protector one. I definitely think the spot up shooter is the best for this build. If you're not going to take spot up shooter, maybe you want rim protector. Obviously post scorer, you have a 93 post fade, so you could take that one, but rim protector or spot up shooter, I think spot up shooter is definitely the best for this build, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. And as you can see right here, boom, stretch 4, similar to Kevin Love, Dirk Nowitzki, and Al Horford. So now I'll go ahead and show you guys how to put on the badges for this build, as well as the final attribute and badge breakdown that this build gets. Alright, so here you go. You can see the final attributes and badges. You get 1 finishing, 26 shooting, 10 playmaking, 10 defense. Obviously, the playmaking could fluctuate up or down depending on how you decide to make this build. But for me, it's set up just like this. You got 54 speed, 70 strength. Your 3-pointers at 83. Your defense is all pretty good. So that's all looking nice. You're going to go ahead and confirm that. And then for the badges, this finishing badge, you can really take whatever you want. I'm just going to put it on back down Punisher because I honestly think the only thing that I would really use this build for finishing is, you know, backing people down so you can shoot a post fade, because you don't have any finishing attributes really. You only have the post fade upgraded. So I'm going to put it on back down Punisher, but you can really put on whatever you want. Now for shooting right here, I recommend putting catch and shoot on Hall of Fame because you're going to be shooting most of the time off the catch and shoot with this build. So it's definitely worth having that. Put corner specialist on silver, Deadeye on gold, Hot Zone Hunter on gold as long as you have hot zones. Then obviously you want range extender on Hall of Fame, green machine on silver. I don't recommend putting green machine on Hall of Fame because you're not going to be shooting that much with this build. I'm assuming if you're making this build, you're probably going to be either playing threes or you're going to be taking the less shots on the twos court. And what I mean by that is the guard that you're playing with is going to be taking more of the shots, so you don't really need green machine. You're not really going to be activating it too much. So I'm going to put it on silver, and then with these final badges, I recommend putting flexible on gold, volume shooter on silver, just because you have so many extra. If you are taking the majority of the shots in the game, volume shooter on silver and green machine on silver will be more than enough to help you make those. And then I also put deep fades on gold, just like that. So if you are shooting those fadeaways, you can make them all, but this is how I would recommend putting the shooting badges. Obviously you can change it up a bit fitting your play style, but that's how I recommend it. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that. Now onto playmaking right here. I'm gonna put quick first step on gold, unpluckable on gold, needle threader on gold, and then I'll put bailout on bronze. Now these are all the playmaking badges you can get with this build, so you can decide how many you think you need. I would definitely recommend getting enough to get quick first step, and then needle threader on gold. Unpluckable will probably be good on silver, so you could do 8. If you have 14, obviously I don't know where else you would really put them, but I'm sure you could figure it out. Maybe get bailout to gold, maybe get break starter up, I don't know, but that's how I would do it right here for 10 badges. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm. Now onto defense right here. This is pretty simple. You obviously want intimidator on gold, rim protector on gold, and rebound chaser on gold. And now for this last badge, I actually recommend putting it on worm. The reason I'm not putting it on pogo stick is because pogo stick is really badly nerfed this year. I don't really think it's going to be that good of a badge, so I wouldn't recommend putting it on pogo stick. You can maybe put it on clamps or brick wall if you're going to be setting screens, maybe also interceptor, but I recommend having worm. I think putting worm just on bronze will help you get so many more rebounds, more than putting box on bronze, that's for sure, because you can box out without the box badge, but it's really hard to get around box outs without the worm badge. So I'm going to recommend putting the badges just like that. Go ahead and confirm it, and there you go. That's how you build the best stretch 4 build in NBA 2K21. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be uploading tons more NBA 2K21 content daily, and also I'm going to be streaming on Twitch starting soon, so make sure you go down into the description to follow me on Twitch. It means a lot, but anyways, that's going to be it. All right, peace.